All right, hello everyone. I'm here to talk to you about one of those mysterious yet romantic holidays. It comes around once a year and it starts in your classroom in your elementary school classroom, where you buy 20 plus of those tiny little cards and attach a small piece of candy to it. Into a growner stage and age where you get butterflies and you have that anticipation of receiving a surprise card, flowers, or even chocolates from that special someone. You guessed it, Valentine's Day. It's way more than just a Hallmark holiday. So today, during my presentation, I'm going to tell you all about that mysterious yet romantic history of the day and how it was created, the meaning of the day, and the many different traditions throughout the country that within our country and then in outside countries as well. So first I want to talk to you guys about some of the history and how the holiday became it's on itself. So who is St. Valentine? That's a really great question. So there are many different stories as to how this holiday became about. Most commonly though was the legend of St. Valentine, who was a priest in the 3rd century of the Roman Empire. Rome was actually ruled by Emperor Claudius, who outlawed marriage in his time of reign because he was really working hard to build an undistracted army. St. Valentine, being the hopeless romantic that he was, would secretly marry young couples who were in love, and when the emperor actually found out, he immediately sentenced him to jail and then ultimately death. But the good news is that in present day, it is said that millions of couples all over the world still tell this very story, not only just by telling, but a lot of people in institutions, in schools tell this story as well. And they also gift flowers, and they send the flowers out to Rome in his remembrance, and it's a huge celebrated holiday in Rome. There are many different ways that you can celebrate this day, and a lot of people almost come up and create their own traditions. Really, this day is just about not only you getting to the feeling of being loved, but exchanging that same emotion for somebody else. Most people exchange flowers, chocolates, and cards. Here are some interesting facts about it. There are approximately 1 billion cards sold each year on Valentine's Day, and 85% of those cards come from women or are purchased by women. At least 36 million heart-shaped boxes of chocolate are sold, and 50 million roses are given on Valentine's Day all around the world. There's actually enough of those tiny little candy hearts produced each year that can stretch from Arizona, Rome, Italy, and back over 100 times and counting. Valentine's Day is not only actually celebrated in the U.S., it's celebrated in many different countries, or not celebrated in other countries all throughout the world. One of the most romantic cities is Verona. And every year in Verona on Valentine's Day, they receive over thousands and thousands of letters that are actually personally written to Juliet, where that Shakespeare actually wrote that, and where Romeo and Juliet lived, where it was founded. In France, which is also one of the known most romantic destinations in the world, it's said back in the day, men and women would fill 2 houses that were facing each other and start calling off to one another and pair off. Men who weren't satisfied with their match could simply leave the woman that they were with for another woman, and women who ended up not getting paired or not being matched would just then have a huge bonfire festival after the ceremony, and just celebrate the day as for what it should be. There's still many different countries that don't actually believe in Valentine's Day, or it is against religious beliefs. In many Middle Eastern Islamic countries, the celebration of Valentine's Day or the sale of Valentine's Day related merchandise is banned. They believe that the holiday encourages behaviors that is not in line with Islamic beliefs. However, the practice of exchanging flowers is gaining popularity in Pakistan, despite discouragement from any political or religious leaders. So what is the meaning of Valentine's Day? Valentine's Day celebrates romantic love, making it a popular day for couples so that they can spend time together. It's celebrated or almost symbolized by red hearts, romance, flowers, candy, and other sweet things. Many people exchange cards, which are called Valentine's Day, and all in which it really just expresses your love and compassion for one another. I think it's really about the bond that is shared between two individuals and celebrating that importance. So in conclusion, the fact is that on this day, you get to share love with others. It is the most feeling that we as people search and find our whole lives in other people and really long for that feeling. But it's also very important that we don't only celebrate our loved ones on this day, but every day. So thank you so much for your time and listening to my speech, and I hope everyone had a happy and loving filled Valentine's Day. Thank you.